Hey, this is Oracle Ball here. Hey, what's up, guys and girls? This is Oracle Ball here, and today we're going to be talking about how to create your own melodies. I was recently asked actually how to copy somebody else's style melodies, but instead of showing you how to copy somebody's style, I want to show you how you can dissect other artists' melodies and actually to create your own. So, for example, you can figure out melodies like this. Which I'm sure you guys know that one, or maybe this one. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that melody as well. But to figure out those melodies, something that's important for you to do is learn music theory and do lots of ear training. So what ear training is actually when you listen to music, instead of doing what you already do, which is you enjoy it, or even if you don't enjoy it, it's important to listen to music you don't like as well. But when you listen to music, instead of like enjoying it and whatnot, you want to listen to it and figure out this is what they did. They're playing these notes. It was this rhythm. It was this instrument. This is also how you figure out sound design, by listening to what they're doing and like, hey, they did this to that sound and that's how they got that. But it's going to be the same way for figuring out melodies and chords and whatnot. And you're also going to want to learn music theory if you don't know that already. So it'll be easier for you to write music and understand it, because when you don't know theory, it's just like a bunch of notes. But when you learn theory, you're going to figure out scales and mixing scales, chords, and all this important stuff. And if you want to learn theory, a really good place to do it is this place called musictheory.net. And it is a free website. If you go to their website, musictheory.net, and then you go to lessons, they'll basically teach you everything you need to know in Western music. And yeah, and it looks like there's a lot here. And if you work really hard, you could get through this in a month. And I highly recommend you do, because it'll make it easier for you to write your own music as well, because you can come up with a melody in your head and then be like, okay, when you're in the piano roll of FL Studio, instead of like going and guessing by hearing it, and you're like, oh wait, no, I actually wanted this. And if you didn't have any music theory, you would just be like playing around guessing notes instead of knowing that, okay, I'm starting on the fifth, which is E for my A minor, and then I'm going to the second, third, and then back to the tonic, which that sounds maybe gibberish if you don't know any music theory, but once you learn it, you'll hear these things in your head and you'll know what it is because you've practiced and you've learned it. But it just helps make writing music really easier, instead of putting in notes and guessing and adjusting until you get it how you want it. So I highly recommend you learn music theory. And then once you do ear training and music theory and you're still stuck on trying to write your own melodies, if I don't have a melody and I want to come up with a melody, I'll open up a piano and I'll start playing chords. So I'll find chords I like, get a loop going, and then I'll write a melody on top of it. So I could play maybe C minor, A flat major, B flat major, F major. And okay, I say I like that chord progression. So we can just program that in quick. And since these are all minor right now, I'm going to make a major quick just by raising the third a half step. I felt the slower tempo too. And so then once I do this, I'll just loop the chords. Okay, and I like that melody. So what I would do is I would start to open up a new pattern. I can program in what I just played, or I can record the notes, which will just be easier. So I do record notes and automation, turn on the metronome, hit play. And then there we go, we have it. And you notice the piano stopped playing. That's because I was using the same instrument. I'd actually there we go, clone another piano. Sorry about the lag right there. Because when you're recording an instrument and it's already playing notes, but then you start playing something else with it, it'll silence it while you're doing your own thing. So that's why that happened. So just clone the instrument and then you can record playing this one. So yeah, so this is what I got. And turn off recording. This is all one step through. And to tweak that. And there we go, I have a melody. So yeah, if you're struggling to create a melody, just put down some chords and then figure out a melody on top of this. This one is actually a variation of one of my old songs I did called Fire. So I've played with this chord progression before, so I kind of knew what I wanted. And this melody is similar to my melody of Fire. But yeah, and then if you wanted to come up with another melody for the song, you could also just loop the chords. And let's see, hit record on notes, put in a new pattern for the notes to go to and use a different piano, and just keep playing. I did terrible right there, but I knew what I wanted, so if I just zoom in and I wanted the quarter notes. And just gonna, and I didn't want that note. I wanted it. And this, I can just basically say goodbye because I just played the same part again. And then, yeah, there you have it. So you got another melody. And again, now this one I also took from a song I wrote, but that's really actually how I go about it. I'll sit down on a piano, find chords I like, and then write a melody on top. It's really, I mean, it sounds easy, but you really got to have the inspiration. You got to be feeling it. So you play with chords till you find something that's kind of feeling what you're feeling. And you just, you should be able to come up with a melody in your head to fit it. And if honestly, if you're not feeling anything, it'd just be best to do something else for maybe like an hour so you can come back with a fresh set of ears and a fresh set of ideas. Because if you just keep dwelling on it and not getting anywhere, you're not going to get anywhere that night because you're just not in the right mindset. But yeah, and a quick advanced tip for those that know music theory really well. John Williams said that the way that he got really interesting melodies and chord progressions is if you did what I did here, you come up with a chord progression and then you put a melody on top of it. When you do a chord progression, you're limited to the notes that you can play. That'll work for it. But if you actually come up with a melody first and then you put chords on a melody, it becomes a lot more interesting in your chord choices because you can honestly put any chord that would work with that part of the melody at the given time, rather than when you start with the chords, you're stuck to what you can do for a melody. But that's an advanced tip. Honestly, most of my songs, though, I come up with the chord progression first, but there have been a few songs where I came up with the melody first and then put chords under it, which is pretty fun. But yeah, so that's how you go about melodies. If you want to figure out other people's melodies, remember ear training, music theory, and music theory will also help you a lot into writing your own music. It'll help speed up your workflow. But yeah, I hope this tutorial was helpful. I'll have links to musictheory.net in the description. If you like, if you're interested, I have sound design tutorials, or I do sound design weekly, and you can actually request me to do sounds to create. You can check that out. And I'm also an admin on a Facebook group called FL Studio Beginners, and it's just a big community where we help out. Everybody helps out other people that are using FL Studio. And yeah, you can check out my original music as well. And if you'd like to support me, I have all my links in the description that you can go support as you choose. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.